It was my last week of high school, of my senior year. This happened 3 years ago when I was 17. One day, I was going to my bus stop, which is located behind the high school. The street of the bus stop always seemed creepy to me, but I took the bus there for 6 years and nothing ever happened, so I used to go to the stop alone. One day, I was going there as usual when I saw a man coming towards me. In order to understand the story, you need to know that I am, and I have always been, a really fearful girl. My friends used to mock me about it, and they still do, about how fearful I am. Anyways, I was walking when I saw a man coming in my direction. We were walking on the same sidewalk. He seemed creepy to me when I first saw him from a distance. He didn't look homeless, but was really messy. I got a little scared, but tried to ignore it. I did not want to cross the street to the other sidewalk just because he looked messy. It was rude, and besides, I was about to arrive at the bus stop, and he was going in the opposite direction, so he would be going past me. That's what I thought. So, I kept walking. When we crossed each other, he stopped. I kept walking, and I saw him following me a few steps back. I thought that maybe he realized that he was going in the wrong direction. I don't know. I was trying my best not to get scared. When I arrived at the stop, he stood there too. I was scared, but it was broad daylight, and there were plenty of other people at the stop, so I decided to just shrug it off. A bus that wasn't mine came, and all the people at the stop left, so I was left alone with him. He waited a few seconds, and he approached me. He was a fit man. He seemed to be between 35 and 40. He asked me if I had the time. When he came close to me, I got really scared. So when he asked me if I had the time, I told him no. And in the same second, I turned around and started walking back to the school. I didn't look back, and I walked fast. When I was returning to the school, I felt a little guilty. I mean, he was just a man who asked me the time, and I basically ran away, but I was not comfortable alone with him. When I arrived at the school, I saw a few friends and told them what had happened. And they laughed at the fact that I ran away from a guy who just wanted to know the time. I stayed with my friend for 30 or 45 minutes and decided it was safe to go to the stop. When I got out of the high school, I saw the man standing on the sidewalk looking at the high school door. I couldn't believe my eyes. I froze there, and he was just staring at me. He was standing under the sun in one of the most hot December days, just staring at me. I went back inside. I told my friends, and they went with me to the main entrance. They saw him too, and couldn't believe how he was just staring at me. The main entrance of the school is located on a huge sidewalk, so I was just standing in the door, and he was 20 meters away. I stayed there with my 2 friends, waiting for him to leave for about 20 minutes. He not only didn't leave, he was still staring at me. The doorman of the school is one you go to if you have a problem. We waited for the doorman in the entrance of the school, but he didn't show up. So, I went and told the receptionist what was going on. she went with me and my friends to the door, and when the man saw her, he immediately began walking and crossed the street. He stood there, across the street, looking at me. The receptionist told me to wait for the doorman, and she left. But the doorman didn't arrive, and we waited a bit more. The guy was still there, with his eyes locked on me. A few minutes later, a few male friends appeared, and I told them what was going on. They stayed with me for a few minutes and saw him standing there, frozen, staring at me. They wanted to face him and tell him to go away, but I was too scared, so I didn't let them. We stood there for maybe half an hour more, and finally, the man left. He walked, looking at me, until I couldn't see him anymore, but he went in the direction of the bus stop. So my friends went with me to another stop. The other day, I told a few teachers, and they made me talk to the principal. He made me speak with another man, who was apparently hired for the safety of kids. He told me he was an old cop. I had to tell him the whole story, and he made me answer a lot of questions. I was a little ashamed, because the man didn't actually do anything bad to me. I mean, he was creepy, but he didn't do anything. I wasn't that scared of the creepy man, until the cop started asking me what I was wearing. I told him how I was wearing my hair, and that I was wearing the Catholic school uniform, the skirt, and the white shirt. When I told the man the description, he told me that they had seen him around for the last couple of months, going around the high school during the end of the day. He asked me not to go alone to the stop during the following days, and to contact him immediately if I saw him again. I am going to be 100% honest. Maybe I was being too naive, but I didn't think he was going to do anything but steal my phone or my money. It wasn't until later that I realized the situation I might have escaped from. I don't know what has happened to him. I never saw him again. Hello everyone, SinisterShaf here. This story was Fearful Girl by Nightbird001. Thank you for letting me narrate your story. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe if you have not done so already. Also, if you can, share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching, and, as always, stay sinister.